friends, so today I'm going to be talking about comparing yourself as a artist. This is not a sugar-coated channel, so there might be some things you don't want to hear, but you might need to hear some of that tough mummy love. People that I've been jealous of is Cudlil and Stariitoons. So I'll start with Cudlil. Her art is phenomenal when it comes to the colors, the shading, and the harmony, and just setting this vibe with all the little items she adds, and like this almost like this virtual sketchbook. It's hard not to get a little envious. I have felt in the past angry and frustrated with myself, and I've wanted to cry because I feel helpless and I feel defeated, and it can feel like everything that I'm trying to do and have done was for nothing. You know, I will never be to that level, that standard. And that's where you want to turn envy into admiration, because envy and admiration go hand in hand. With envy, you want to destroy your competition. With admiration, you want to become your competition. And that's what I've had to learn to cope with Cudlil and other people I've been envious of, is learning how to study what they do. With envy, you don't believe that you can do it. With admiration, you do feel that you can do it. If you can take, stewing in that grief and that bitterness, and you can be like, okay, I'm going to try, and you go on their page and you create boards. Like, I create mood boards with some artists, and I try to see all the similarities of how are they doing the line work, how are they doing the rendering, how are they doing the colors, and making observations and getting better at that. And what happens is I become grateful. I turn envy into gratitude because they've taught me something. And what I've noticed is when I have copied something that I loved about her art and other people liked it too, I met my own standards of what I thought was missing my art. And that's why I can feel proud by my art and accept that appreciation from other people. And then the second case would be Stariitoons. She is very good for her age, and her setup is very polished, and I can tell that she works really hard, and it can be intimidating. And that's the second part of envy. It makes this sort of pressure to like go faster, to work harder, and it can make you feel overwhelmed. Like, if I don't do this now, I'm going to fail. Sometimes it can make you bitter and resentful and bring out parts that you didn't know that you were capable of, thoughts you didn't know you were capable of. And what I did is I simply became online friends with her. I literally just sent her fan art and send her stupid reels, and she responds sometimes, and it's like cool. But the whole point was to turn something unhealthy into something healthy, to create a rival into a friendly rival, into a friend. Because when you can see someone not against you but with you, then all those negative feelings of inadequacy and anger goes away. Whenever I see her doing art now, I'm motivated to do stuff. Like, that's my online friend there. Like, go girl, whenever she's doing good, I feel like I can do good too. When you can become friends with someone who intimidates you, you take them off a pedestal, you humanize them. Because when you get to know someone, you get to know their flaws too. And it's less intimidating. And honestly, it's really fun, because with friendly rivals, there's this sort of challenge, this sort of like fun and mischief in it. Like when I see Stariitoons post something, I might be like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. I want to see if I can beat her at this, just as like a little fun challenge for myself. But also, it's really wholesome when I see content that might be similar to something that I just posted in my reels, and I'm like, she may have just been inspired by that. That is really cute, you know? And then I want to keep doing stuff that is similar to her content. It's this back and forth of creativity and innovation and experimentation and community. And it's so wonderful. It is hard to be envious. Dealing with all that time with grieving, being angry, being sad, you know, feeling like a failure versus this movement of inspiration and fun and challenge. If there is something that I have learned from envy and putting people on pedestals, it is that the narrative is so important. The ones who are winning are the ones that look like they're winning. If you, I don't know if this is a great example, but if you put art in a museum and it's just a banana, everyone's going to think you're dumb. But if you say this banana is worth $1 million and it's for all these weird reasons, people are going to start believing in your conviction that that banana is actually $1 million and that banana sells. That's just how it works. If you have a conviction in what you are and what story you're telling, again, the narrative, everything else follows suit. Who's in control of the narrative? Are you just a failing, starving artist, or are you an artist that was inspired by some other artist and you made it big because of that one person you met? Or maybe there is a message or something that you're trying to change in the world through your story and your experiences. Again, who is in control of the narrative? One of the hardest things that I've had to learn is to fall in love with my job. Being an artist is hard because it's such a oversaturated and underappreciated industry. And it's very physically, emotionally demanding. There are going to be times you have art block, that you're envious of people, that you're frustrated, that you feel sad and burnt out. That comes with the job and comes with the process. And that's why it's so important to go back to the narrative of why you're making art in the first place. Personally, for me, I've had to learn how to stop making art for myself because art is meant to be shared. All the times that I made it for myself, I always ended up feeling empty and lonely. And however, when I was able to share it with people and I was able to share that love of art, it made me feel loved and satisfied. That's why you have to ask yourself why you're making art and who you're making it for, and not to forget that. Most times, people who are successful deserve it. They deserve to be successful because they put the work in. And sometimes I have to humble myself and go like, you know what? Maybe I didn't work as hard. Maybe I didn't do as much research. Maybe I didn't meet the right people because I wasn't putting myself out there. You have to have some level of being humble to be happy. Because if you can find reasons to overcome all those struggles as an artist or any job really, you are invincible. The desire overrides the fear. Yeah, I guess that is my video on envy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Ciao!